We're back, Brothers on a Budget, episode 4 now. So back in Scotty's shed, and we're going to just tell you all about the parts that we've got for this thing. So just going to wait for Scotty. He's grabbing one of the best parts so far, which we really need. Not only for the strength of the thing, but for the ratios in particular. And I'll pick that up, Scotty. Actually, no, leave it there. I'll bring the camera. Why work harder? Let's work smarter. Look at that. And it's already got the 411s.
411 and a mini spool.
411s with a mini spool. Now shit's getting serious. That bush that we've bought, that fits up in here.
Yeah.
So we got a new one for that.
And then the others must be...
That's that tramp kit, they fit up there.
Yeah, but you know there's them little round red ones as well?
Yeah.
They must go where they mount up to the,
right.
to the bottom of the chassis or something, I'm guessing. I don't know, I'll certainly take the old one down.
So there it is.
Pretty solid.
We've got the diff for the 411 ratios, we've got the turbo and all the kit. We've got the launch control line locker button. We've got valves, lifters, head gaskets, boost gauges, tachos. Yeah, throw that over here. This is an eBay special. We're not going to lie. We're a fan of eBay. How do you go wrong? 50 bucks when your brother's on a budget.
It was mainly for the shift light.
It's mainly for the shift light. Tacho, as long as it works, we're going to rev it to 11,000 RPM one day. So I made sure Scotty bought one that goes to 11. No, not really, I don't know. But it's, oh, look at the colour settings too.
Yeah, the light.
Behind it.
Yeah,
right.
Light, yeah. Oh, old eBay, mate, they look at everything.
You fucking can't go wrong with eBay, can you, mate?
We'll see how smooth it is, hopefully it goes up smooth.
You know what, I did buy, mine wasn't an eBay, but if you're in Sydney, you'll know Parkley Markets, and back in the day when I had my Corolla, I bought a Parkley Market special. That's what we call them. And whether you're doing 1,000 RPM or 10,000 RPM, it didn't matter, the thing's going, but it was sick to have one, you know?
Yeah.
5-inch tacho. You know, it was hard when you're racing and you're having to look down, eh? That was part of the problem, I think. Having to look at the revs. And we're not used to the car, we don't know, it's red line, it's noise, it's sounds, this, that. So it's quite a nice addition for us.
We do have a spare computer too if we...
But before we do all this, what we're going to do is strip it down. It's just cut. Alright, so we're back and Scotty's still on his phone call. And we're back and Scotty's just finished with his phone call. So look, as I was saying, before we do all of this, well, not all of it, I think we're going to just do the diff and weight reduction and see how we go. The diff was one of our biggest letdowns, and the weight, I think, as well. So once we've done the diff, basically... So that's right, the three things. Tyres, diff, strip it down for weight, and we're going to run it. Then we're going to put a couple more bits and pieces on. Run it again, and then I think it's all out. Like, it's not running until we put that turbo and we get it running. Yeah. I think so. And then we're eventually going to be driving it with this down the quarter mile. So what we want is people to be able to sit in the passenger seat and we'll drive you down the quarter mile. That's the idea. What else is there, Scotty?
No, mate, mainly just toys, really. Bits and pieces.
I just had a little bit of good news for you, thanks to the guys over at Kumo. Let me show you what they've given us. And this here is the Kumo V720 semi-slick. It's a little bit wider than our factory fitted tyres. We're running a 245, but this is what's going to provide us the grip that we most definitely need and we're lacking. Alright, so we got the tyres loaded up. We're going to head out and do a shoot with the E30 BMW, which you can check out on Viewers Rides. Follow me, let's go. Alright, so here we are out, and Grant is setting up his camera. There he is.
Oh, hello. What are you doing?
And we got Steve.
How you going?
Thanks for bringing it out, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You can check out Steve's car. And what was your name?
Darcy.
Darcy. That's Darcy, Steve's boy. You can check out what Grant's doing on Viewers' Rights. But anyway, I'm out here just to help Grant out, get a bit of footage, and then we're going to go fit the tyres up in that are in the back of the Golf. As for me, just found myself a coffee. It's still warm. How's that silent mode going, Grant? It's always disappointing.
I just loved how I found it so easily.
The first time?
Like in the settings, just playing around with it, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you go for it when you need
Shake
to
that
turn it
head. Shake that head.
off.
Is
It's
that
so fucking painful, man.
is that right? Go do it in the shade or something,
I
relax.
don't understand why it's such an easy setting to find yesterday. Like, just
What I do? It's a touchy moment.
This is what you call preventative maintenance.
like trying to fucking set it up before you leave the house.
Correct. They're the Hills hooligans. Stephen, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks,
For bringing
man.
your ride out, man. It's
Thanks,
an impressive ride. Personally, as you guys know by now, I love my BMWs, and this is no exception, man. I'll take it off your hands any day.
What's up, man? We got MCO
I'm
just.
still in the groove.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in there now. I don't have a. Well, I mean, besides the Cleveland,
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
is
You're gonna bring that out, though.
unregistered. It's unregistered at the moment.
I'm gonna do. Oh, you know that guy that
This is what happens.
on our page that keeps on posting up saying
Small world.
can rego your bike and stuff. Or rego
They all know each other.
He does them unseen, so.
Okay.
I feel a bit left out.
I do have a mate that.
I'm just going to go stand over here.
See, bro. Hey, can you like fuck off a bit more?
Over there?
Just like over there.
Over here?
Further.
Fucking disappointment. That's better. So they all know each other, and I'm just like standing there. I go, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, right. It's all,
you trying to say?
It's all thanks to you.
The camera's in focus.
All right, look at the camera over here, guys.
Look at me. I'm over here.
I was in. Yeah, we're down here at Bob Jane at Blacktown, and they're going to fit these for me, so I'm going to just drive it up. And I'm going to try. My hands are nice and dirty, I don't know if you can see that, but I just fitted my own tyres here, thanks to the boys at Bob Jane at Blacktown. I've just got to wait for this car to move and we get out of here. And there's the scrap and the new tyres. I thought I'd keep the old tyres, you just never know. If we pull the engine out or if we want burnout tyres or something like that, it's all there for us. So that was good to break a sweat. That was alright. So we'll just wait for this Mazda to move and then we're out of here. Righto, so we've got the tyres fitted. We're on the way back to Scotty's, but I'm hungry, so we're going to stop at let's stop and get some KFC. Hey? The only reason I say KFC because it is literally the next shop I'm going to pass on my left. There's a Red Rooster, and in case you Americans aren't aware, Red Rooster is an Australian chain of roasted chickens. Not a bad place. I don't mind the chips from Red Rooster, and there's a thing called the Ripper Roll. Ripper Roll's good. But here we are.
But then put my head on it to undo the bolts to get the actual diff out, and I had long hair then. It was fucking like greasy for weeks, man. I was shampooing it, but it just had a fucking reek. Like you put a hat on, take the hat off, you just stink of diff oil. And that car and all the parts are at, well, I think it's still at Windsor Seattle. Look at that, it looks like grease. It's fucking really solid.
That's sludge.
That is fucking some dirty.
Wow, I see that chunk come out.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I hope you guys caught that.
Some of the LSD clutch, probably.
Right, let that drain in the meantime.
It's gonna take a week, bro. Look how thick it is. It's like fucking jelly.
3/8 and an extension.
There's ratchets better than that anyway.
I need to get this CV bolts undone.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll have to do, is just take the handbrake off and
turn it half a degree.
Turn it a bit to get it, because it's...
Yeah.
I might be able to get that one.
Nah, just turn
anyway.
it, bro.
Yeah. These ones might be a bit of a pain in the ass.
Those top 17 mils, they are.
These front ones. The back ones won't be too bad.
Yeah, the front ones are a real pain to get to.
Stuck. Yeah, I reckon rear mount here, got the heat shield made for it. You can either just go up through the hole already, there's a drain hole for the oil to get up into the boot area, or come into the spare tyre well. Have the remote reservoir there and the pump and stuff. Yeah, it's just getting the air the compressed air back up the front. Supposedly just come down lower. It's a drag car, so it shouldn't be hitting on nothing. And if it's only low for the diff, the wheels are always there.
Yeah, that's right.
If it's low in the middle, as long as we can keep it up, tucked up in the middle where it's going to bottom out on the trailer. Well, I suppose really, I just didn't want to go above the exhaust because you're going to hold heaps of heat in. So I wanted to try and separate it from the exhaust, but if you kept it above the exhaust, you could get over the top of the diff because that pot's not going nowhere in the IRS.
That's probably the way to go.
Yeah.
Pipe it over the diff.
Yeah. Okay, Sammy's bashing a socket onto it.
That's a quick fix.
We're going to try and tack weld the socket to the nut, bolt, and
see how we go.
Get it out that way. Anyway, fingers crossed.
The only thing I'm thinking of is maybe a good pair of vice grips, man.
I'll get them for you. You can have a go if you want.
We'll give it a go.
One last attempt before the welder.
Before the welder, yeah, I think so. Alright, so quick update. We've dropped the exhaust, as you know, and we've dropped all the tail shaft bolts, all the diff bolts. There's still the 4 retaining bolts on the top of the diff. But we've just had one problem with the drive shaft bolt, as Scotty just mentioned. I was trying to bash a socket over it to see if we can get it to crack, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to be that easy. Scotty's got the welder out, so the idea, how about I just show you 1 second. So the idea we're talking about is running a weld onto that socket, or into that socket onto the bolt, and then putting the socket, like the gun on the end of that, and going from there. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, it's angle grinder and tap that screw out, or the bolt out. Once the tension's off it shouldn't be too hard to get that bolt off anyway. I think it's just really tight because of the tension on that CV. But we're going to leave Scotty to do his little thing. We can just watch from here. Mate, someone sent me this number, said if I need olive oil.
To call you?
Nah, call you if I need olive oil.
Yes, mate. I do sell the finest Zanzo torn in Australia.
Yeah, listen, I've got a diff I need to fill up. Can you send me some olive oil today?
Mate, what I can do for you is I'll send you my grandmother's stockings. Yep. And what you do is, mate, drain some oil out of the car filter. Yep. Your sump, sorry. And just squeeze that all over.
So it's quite possible that the barn find build has actually beat us today, which is alright. We'll have another chance at it. So we've got everything we wanted to do done, except for this one bolt that holds the rear drive shaft on. It's proving to be a bit of a mission. This is the second time we tried to weld a socket onto it. If this doesn't work, I've got another toolkit at home that may get it off, otherwise we can angle grind it and just replace the bolt. We didn't want to do that, we were going to replace the bolt anyway, but the last thing we want to do is take an angle grinder to it when we didn't have to, but looks like that's the only option at the moment, unless Scotty's got it right now. So fingers crossed, Scotty may have this sorted as we speak. There's only one way to find out, and that's to still hot. So here goes our last attempt for the day. Did the bolt beat us?
Very good, bro.
So after all that, we couldn't get the diff out. To say I didn't feel a little bit deflated would be a lie. Scotty made it up to me. He gave me a little gift that he was hiding. But still, we'll get back at it. And look, that's the way it goes when you're talking about modifications on an older car. We just really don't know the history of every nut and bolt on there. One day we will. Thank you for joining us. It's been a long and hard journey to get us this far. Please hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for checking out Brothers on a Budget. The Barn Find SS Commodore.
Pretty clear-cut instructions.
Screwdriver, pop panel, fit this, you're done. Simples. That's 6 butt. I'll show you where that's going to go quickly. If you don't know, well now you know. This is exactly what you need to carry out this job. I'll show you in a sec.
The battery's disconnected.
There's always something when I'm jumping in. And I'm going to turn this around and show you how to install. It's very simple. If you read this, it just says grab a screwdriver. So I'll do this like this. So it says grab a screwdriver, put it in here, and pop that out. Just like that. Try and do this with one hand. It's almost impossible. We get this out, which we're getting gauges for, but for the time being, there you go. Yeah, boy! Do you feel beaten, bro?
No, man.
No?
Tomorrow.
I feel a little bit beaten, but that's only because I'm tired and we didn't finish what we wanted to do.
I'm glad we only got trouble with one.
Yeah, true.
Could have had trouble with like a lot more than one.
True, we could have been on the first one still, realistically. We didn't know.
The two on the other side were burned and I was worried, and the rattle gun just managed to grab them. So they could have been.
Well, this is the thing. I've got a really heavy-duty kit at home with like heaps of different spline fittings. I was thinking of getting that and bashing the one in, but now we've filled it with weld. It looks like we're going to have to attack it from the outside. I've got some really old sockets that are definitely stronger than that one we used. I don't want to bash Scotty's Sid Chrome socket, so I will grab a couple of the crappy sockets I've got at home. We'll try and bash one over it. If that doesn't crack it, then I reckon the only option is to cut it off with an angle grinder. Shit happens, and then we can extract that rest of the remaining of the bolt out and buy a new one, just put a new one in it. We're going to need a new one anyway, but like, it's just how do we get this one out? Do we absolutely demolish it to get it out, or do we just try and do it gently? So it's been a long and hard day. I don't know about Scotty, but I'm really tired. Time to pull up stumps, and we'll give it another crack tomorrow. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe below the red box. Make sure you subscribe. And last of all, we've got Instagram and Facebook. Just check us out on Instagram. That's Brothers on a Budget TV. Hashtag Brothers on a Budget TV. You'll find us. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.
That is the Grant in his natural habitat. I think we've been spotted.
On the gang, we're still running on.